Good morning. We're coming to you today from Colchester, United Kingdom, England. I'm not sure how to say that. Is the C and S? Is the CH a K? Some will say Colchester or Solchester, England. And the date is April the 13th, 1958 at 2:45 a.m. Back it up 1 minute so we come in on this right before. Okay. Sun and Mercury in Pisces. Let me shoot in Mercury. It's saying it's above, but I need to know exactly where here. Okay, that looks better. Mercury is not combust of the Sun, and Mercury is in, both of them are in the opening first decan. Actually, you count it the other way, so it's the last decan in the house of Pisces, both of them. You'll find that in the Picatrix under Mansions of the Moon, to understand the Lord of that house, that both of these are, but not combust. But it's the very last house, the final house, in Mansions of the Moons, the Lords of the Picatrix. Let's, Piscean, you are. I know this is a shock to a lot of you when you find out you're not the sign you thought you were, or you've been told all these years. Venus in Aquarius with the moon. I like Venus in Aquarius. Actually, the moon looks more in Capricorn. We'll check that out. I've always liked Venus in Aquarius. A lot of people give it a bad rap, but I think it's one of the better signs for Venus to be in. She is fixed Earth, okay? She rules Taurus, that bullheaded fixed Earth, but she's also feminine. She also rules your love, and I like her right here, what you call in the thigh. All of these stars here are the lucky stars of the king, the lucky stars of the tent, between Capricorn and Aquarius, who used to be one house. These were all considered lucky stars. Okay, your Mars in Capricorn, a lot of action out of that. This is probably the most dominant sign, being cardinal Earth. To be a pope, you must be a cardinal. And all popes should be born under cardinal Earth. At least sun, moon, as many as you can. And you do have your moon here. And your moon is in crescent waxing. Let's zoom in. Pull it over. And of course, tell me this one's Capricorn, because yes. So your moon is in Capricorn, which is very pretty here. The crescent moon with the star in it turned the other way. If the moon was turned the other way in here, it would be the sign of Islam. This is inverted. So it's opposite. It's opposite of a mirrored effect almost. If they were a little, which from our point of view, you're not going to see this huge gap, right? When we look up at the stars, this is going to appear much closer, but it'll be a star like right there under the moon. So it's what I call an inversion of the Islamic flag, which means turn it around. Women not wearing burqas, women, a dominant woman instead of the male domination, because the moon is considered feminine. Of course, they've tried to change it to the man in the moon in this patriarch system. And Mars in the zygote part, the fish goat, in the fish part of the goat. Both of them in cardinal Earth. And this is your moon is your conscious mind. So your conscious mind on the day you were born, it's like coming out of that new moon and waxing strong. That first phase of boom, we're going to the top. And Capricorn will help you get there. And Mars will only enhance that because it is the planet of action. Okay, it'll only enhance that. And Capricorn will only enhance that. So I see a very dominant female here. Let's we got our Mercury, we got our Sun, our Moon, and our Mars. Let's go find Jupiter. Jupiter in Virgo, Neptune in Virgo. So we got two of them right there. I don't see you as being Pluto in Virgo. Your Pluto should appear in Leo. And Jupiter rules Leo. Neptune rules Pisces. Is in the house of Pisces, the water sign, the water bearer. And Jupiter does okay in Virgo. Jupiter is in Virgo right now as we speak. So whatever effects that Jupiter had on you at birth, like we have Saturn returns, well, you're having another Jupiter return in your life as we speak right now. So all the attributes that Jupiter displayed on the planet when you were born are manifesting themselves again at this time. And we all know what went on in the 50s and the 60s. Okay, let's go find Saturn. Another Saturn coming out of the Milky Way galaxy, or actually going into it. And of course they're going to try to throw us in Ophiuchus here. Let's see what it says. Let's pop this star right here. No, they're just going to give us that one in space. Let's look at this one. They're going to call it this all the way to Sagittarius to here. Let me zoom in a little bit and see if I can get another star that don't show up HIP. See, that one is just not designated in any constellation. What about right above Saturn? Okay, it's going to give me Saturn. I'm going to move this 1 month back so I can try to peg what happened 1 month ago. Look at that now. See if we can peg this star right here. Ophiuchus. It's telling me Ophiuchus, which again would mean Scorpio, because we really don't have a lot on Ophiuchus. Mastering the Zodiac, Athen, he does the 13 sign calendar. But what I have to say about that is that calendar did not exist when you were born. So when you were born, Saturn was in Scorpio. And that's how you would look at that. And wow, Saturn in Scorpio, huh? That's another restriction, boundaries, limitations, government to govern the mind, discipline. The taskmaster, to me, the good teacher. Juno has to do with money, not Saturn. Saturn rules agriculture, and that's why they say borders and boundaries. To have a garden in agriculture, you had to have an enclosed area. That's why we see that box all the time. And it's to keep the animals out, to plot the course. So there's a great side to Saturn, and Saturn getting really bunk rap right now in our generation. But when the things change, this Saturn, you can wield it either way. If you are a bad student in class, you're going to hate Saturn. It's not going to be good to you. You're going to get a bad grade. You're going to get held after class. You're going to get in trouble. You're going to get sent to the principal's office. But if you're a good student, if you pay attention, if you try to do your work, you may not be the best student, but if you give your best and you try, Saturn is going to pay off for you, and you will get respect from Saturn. Be honest, you'll get respect from Saturn. Obey the rules, you'll get respect from Saturn. You'll get a good passing grade. And so, and all planets have these attributes. So by all means, take that into consideration when dealing with Saturn in Scorpio, and I would look that up to find out exactly what that means for you. Now let's go back to the day. There we go. I'll go ahead and back it up a few minutes as we click along here. All right, we need Uranus. Uranus was discovered, and we jumped into the Industrial Revolution. Everything changed. Uranus in Cancer, which is going to be opposite the planets you have in Capricorn right now. That Mars in Capricorn, that Moon in Capricorn, it's directly in opposition to it. So, yeah, so on one side, you're probably all about nature and all about what I would call the old ways. And then here on the other end of the spectrum, you have Uranus, the Industrial Revolution, the moving forward, the doing it, and the exact opposite sign of Cancer. And you can use that to your advantage. You seem to have the ability to go from, so to speak, the garden, you know, to where your little flower bed working in the ground, all the way to the penthouse of technology. And you probably can wield that back and forth. You can walk, you're walking in two worlds. You're walking in two worlds with that right there. Let's go take a look at Pluto. I'm pretty sure we're going to find that in Leo. I've done enough of these that it's starting to get those timelines straight. Yeah. You got a Pluto in Leo all by itself. All by itself. And this is going to come opposite around Aquarius. Okay, so you've got your Venus in Aquarius. And that's like your heart chakra, your love. And then Pluto here being your subconscious mind. Not so much instinct, because instinct is a fleshly thing, but intuition. And your intuition is sitting opposite your heart. Hear me, opposite your heart. Your heart wants to do one thing, but your better judgment tells you differently. And it's in a powerful sign as well. Leo in the astrology is considered more powerful than Aquarius, but we are moving into Aquarius, so now Aquarius is having the power. Leo has reached its peak as the summer solstice a long time ago, and it's what you call falling now. It's headed to this soon, before we know it, the fall equinox will run through Leo. So you have Leo descending, Aquarius ascending. So your heart is taking jump forward. So I would keep this in check. And I'm seeing you walk in two opposite worlds here with your Pluto, Venus, Leo, Aquarius, and your Cancer, Uranus, Moon. So there again, that's just confirming the same thing to me. Your planets that you are dealing with on this Earth change that's coming up, of course, Jupiter in Virgo is going to, and Neptune too, is going to help you out a little bit where this 2020 change